Now we are moving on to the concluding segment of the evening. I would like to invite Mr. Apurva Sadeshmukh to give the thank you note.
Good evening. Always the most difficult part of the evening, standing between dinner and the end of the session. But what a wonderful evening. What some of the most wonderful thoughts that you could hear. I mean, the topic is so appropriate from developer to builder as a founder. I think every founder starts as a developer hoping to be a builder. And I think today's session actually covered the various stages that a founder goes through, even in terms of the discussion. I think, this was the second time that I was listening to Ken Wakata-san, and what an honor and privilege to listen to you. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And the way you said that become a domain knowledge expert first. And I think that's probably how, I'm a corporate lawyer by profession. I work with a lot of founders right up from their incorporation and inception stage. And every founder would like to be or believes that he or she is a domain expert, and that's where the first stage comes. And then you reach a stage where you look for Mr. Javier and people like him who are ready to invest in, you believe in the company and believe in the product. And thank you so much for your thoughts as well, sir. I mean, the way you simply said, try to get the market share as much as possible. I mean, everyone wants to do that. Perhaps it's not easy to make it sound. But you go to a stage where you start a company, you try to become a domain expert, and I've dealt with founders looking for investments and try to get to investments. And perhaps sometimes you want to, be a player in a global stage, and then we are sort of in India and particularly in Pune reaching a stage where a lot of global companies are interested in coming to us. And it was fascinating to hear Nachiket and Adarsh and their views. And thank you so much for sharing your domain knowledge on GCCs, Global Capability Centers. There's so much benefits that the government provides. Perhaps not many of us are aware of it. So I think it was wonderful from that perspective. But I think overall, in terms of the session and the idea, I think it was fascinating, and I think it's fascinating what the Global Growth Accelerator and Anand are trying to do. And I think just if I may take a couple of minutes to share, the idea of this forum or the idea of this platform is to help each other. I think Anand started this with a vision that there are so many founders. A lot of them are perhaps unaware. They want to do a lot of things, if I may say so, but are unaware on how to reach a particular level. And I think it's through interaction, it's through discussion, through knowledge sharing that a lot of things get clarified. So I think from that perspective, the GGA is a wonderful platform. Again, at the risk of sort of repeating and trying to grow my own trumpet, having dealt with founders, so many times founders have the right ideas, but they don't know how to how to reach the end goal that they want to reach into. And it's through interaction with people at different levels, from different perspectives, from different jurisdictions, that you know so much. As I said, everyone wants to be a builder, but how you reach there is something that perhaps people are not aware of. Or perhaps they have an aware of it, a different perspective always helps you to reach that level as well. Running a business, becoming an entrepreneur, being a founder, it's just not in terms of your domain. There are so many other factors. I'll just give you an example. This might sound funny, but I was supposed to meet someone last week, and that person canceled, a founder, and that person canceled the meeting Monday, 2 weeks back. And he called me in the evening, and I said, there was an emergency, and I had to cancel the meeting. And I thought it would be a work-related emergency. I said, so what was the emergency? He said, PMC has implemented alternative water supply, and I had to ensure that the water management in my office is properly covered. So it's just not about, of course, it's about your business, it's about your product or your services that you're providing, it's about compliances around that, expanding. But as a founder, your mind is occupied in different aspects. And talking to different people, getting perspectives from different people, hearing about them, how they are dealing with their problems, their crisis, gives a different perspective. And the GGA is doing a fantastic job. It's a forum and everybody contributes, everybody talks to each other. Thank you, Anand, for organizing this session, creating this forum. I think it's the third session that I'm attending, and every time I walk out of the hall, it's with something new that I've learned. Thank you to the wonderful team at GGA who have organized this. It's always a wonderful experience, attending sessions like these. Thank you to all of you for coming down, sharing your perspective, asking questions. The WhatsApp notifications are pinging since evening, so thank you so much for all of that. Have a wonderful night, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Before we wrap up the formal part of the evening and move on to the most exciting part, dinner and networking, I want to share something Anand sir put together for all of us. 3 things he'd like us to carry into dinner and beyond. 1, don't just remember what was said tonight, try to understand the thinking behind it. The mental models, the trade-offs, the decisions Ken Wakasasan, Javier, Adarsh, and Nachiket made at critical moments. That's where the real insight lives. 2, we heard about world-class companies being built globally tonight. The question to sit with us, why not from Pune? The ecosystem is here, the government support is here, and so is the room. 3, the conversations don't stop when the speeches do. Ask questions, share what you're building, connect with intention. Your return from tonight is entirely up to you. One small request before you head out, please do fill the feedback forms kept on your table if you haven't already. It takes 2 minutes and it genuinely shapes what we build next. Let us now gather for a quick group photo. All speakers and attendees kindly come to the front of the stage and we shall have a group photo. After that, dinner is served. Can we have Ken-san and Javier at the center and Anand sir as well?
But executing it is very difficult, So, again, right, like in past 4-5 days, I couldn't find any time, but our team did a wonderful job. Look at, right, like what Radha has done as well. Let's give them a big round of applause. Everyone over here, let's take their photo first. And yeah, Sham, just to give you an idea, Sham, they work really very hard, right? Like yesterday, in fact, came, right, like, team was there to pick him up, and so let's basically get everyone. Ravi, please come on. Where are they?
They might be sitting outside.
Okay, sitting outside. Yeah. Yes. We'll take. For me, right, like it's very easy to take the credit, right? But all the credit goes to them. They have really worked very hard. Yes. Please, Radha, you should also. Yeah.